Hello and welcome at the WCS Megane Season 3 live broadcast from Bahrain. My name is Menno Klont and yeah, I will be your broadcaster tonight. Currently setting up everything for the broadcast, and we're soon going into the race, the first of two races today at Bahrain International Circuit. We've got 21 people on the starting grid today, so it's quite a nice and good field. We've got a lot of new teams in the Megane, and it all looks very promising. And I have a co-commentator, which is Wopke Hoekstra. He will possibly join into the race, so that's also very good. And we're now looking at Ronald going into the pits for the warm-up lap. We're currently a few minutes before the start of race 1, which is the feature race of 40 minutes with a pit stop. And we will tell in the warm-up lap, we will tell you how the qualifying has been. So it was quite an intense qualifying, and everything was very close, so it will be a lot of on-track battles. So that's really very promising. Actually waiting now for getting the green light to go to the race session. There are a few more things the admins need to sort out. So we've got some new people, some other names, of course, and we will all talk about them in upcoming races. It's interesting to see how the new people will do, or how the people from last year are now with the mod. Did they improve, or did they, well, like this mod a little bit less? We will see. Yeah, the admin asks, are there any questions for the races? I think everything is pretty clear. They need to, of course, take enough fuel, but yeah, you need to do a pit stop in race 1, so you can choose how early or how late in the race you want to do it. So a lot of strategy differences I think you will see, but I think the most ideal thing is that you will pit halfway the race, and well, I think the most will do that. Maybe we will see a few pitting earlier or later than the halfway point, so that's also an interesting thing to see. Yes, so the race, the first race is 40 minutes or 29 laps. So what comes first will be the decider. Currently waiting for the grid to show up. There are currently no more cars on track, so every car is now at the service station at the team. So I actually see which team is that? I believe that's CM Tech, cleaning the cars, giving Hoekstra a nice cold drink before he needs to do all the racing. It's actually very hot in here, and yeah, you can see the sweat on most people. Yeah, but they're now making ready to start, so they can start sweating again. So we're waiting for the people to line up. Now actually on board with Mr. Jason Muscat. Jason Muscat scored pole position for this race, so the champion of last season already is on a high. and on pole position at this Bahrain short version track. See a lot of photograph people already at the car of Jason Muscat. So yeah, he's the one everybody wants to watch. And we're now underway for the warm-up lap. So, pole position for Mr. Jason Muscat from Malta with P2. The championship runner-up of last season is Royce Colton. Interesting what he can do. The car looks great, and let's see what he can do. Number 3 for Adonis Engineering, it's Matthew Williams. He won a lot of races in the end of the season. I'm wondering what he can do. Number 4, it's the always quick Roy Verzijl with in P5. Wesley Stefano. Wesley Stefano is somebody you want to keep an eye out for as well. In number 6, we have Niranjan Kumar, a really good driver also. So in P6, it will be interesting what he can do. Our new debutant, it's Peter Jones, driving for Adonis Engineering in P7 with Joshua Jones, his brother, in P8. So the Jones brothers are starting from P7 and P8. Ryan Nash in P9. Well done, Ryan Nash. It looks very good that he's there, and yeah, very good that he's so high on the grid. Well, we've got Kevin Salmon in P10 with Dan Hutt, really good qualifying in P11 with Mr. David Beranek, I believe he's new, in P12 with Tristan Portes in P13, Sherwin van der Slot in P14, Mark Fuller in P15, Gerrit de Vries in P16, Adam Hosman in P17, Roland Hutt in P18, with Fabian Rude in P19, with Rink Hoekstra P20, and rounding out the field it's Bas Weiss. So, 21 drivers, 29 laps or 40 minutes, 1 pit stop, and a lot of track battling, I think. So, we had a very nice races last season here. Will we have that again? We will see. So, the last people are lining up. Rink is nearly there. Bas is nearly there. Bas is already standing. Rink is standing. We're waiting for the lights to come on. 1 light, 2 lights, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. On board with Roy Schotten, and we're off. So, Jason Muscat has a good start. Roy Schotten has a decent start as well. But what will happen into turn 1? Oh, Roy tries, and push, but it's fair, and next to each other, Roy has the inside, or is it Jason? No, it's Roy, and the other Roy is next to Jason Muscat, so Jason Muscat from 1 to 3, and Roy Schotten leads the race. The championship runner-up from last season will show again why he wants the title. He lost the title last season, but he is determined to win the title this season. And the other Roy, it's Roy 1-2 with Roy Verzijl. I believe he did jump from P4 to P2, so Roy Verzijl is on a charge as well. Quite a big error for Roy Schotten there, but he's still leading. And we're almost completed 1 lap. Oh, Roy Verzijl is really quick. You can see how quick he is. He's trying already to pass Roy Schotten. We're on board with Roy Verzijl. He's getting the slipstream from Roy Schotten. You feel the car is so fast of Roy Verzijl. They can't keep up, so it's Roy against Roy. Oh, they're hitting. But Roy Schotten has the inside, but Roy Verzijl has the outside. From the outside, will they make it? No! So, it was attack number 1 from Roy Verzijl. He tried, but Roy Schotten is just, well, smart enough to at least fend this one off. and Roy already jumping a bit away from Jason Muscat, and Jason Muscat is getting attacked by Wesley Stefano and Matthew Williams. Oh, we have a big battle for the lead. Oh, this is like we say in Holland, Spullen. Yes. And we've got an attack from Matthew Williams for P4 on Wesley. Next to each other. Oh, touching. Oh no! Wesley, what are you doing? Oh, Wesley crashed with Jason, and I'm up with pieces. Jason can't believe it. Oh, that was really unfortunate. Of course, it was not even a big hit, but Jason spun and he needs to start from all over again. The pole guy from race 1. His race is for the win. It's over now, but for the for good points he can still do well. Oh, and it's Peter Jones spun. Peter Jones spun on his debut, the Adonis. He was pretty good, but he made a mistake as well. Yes, this is what's happening now. Of course, first laps are out of the way, so people are looking to take a little bit more risk, and yeah, that's where it goes wrong. So, what changed? Roy Schouten is still leading. Roy Versal is P2 with Jason Muscat out of the top positions. It's now Matthew Williams in P3 for Adonis Engineering. I see Wesley Stefano is also not there in the top 5 anymore, so he lost a lot of time as well. So it's now on P4 Niranjan Kumar, and yeah, this is something Niranjan Kumar can do very well. It's like just do my thing. If others want to crash out, they do the job. My job is to get to be in and just don't make mistakes. So well done, Niranjan. Joshua Jones. Can I take my hat off? Well, if I had my hat on, I would take my hat off. It's Joshua Jones in P5. It is actually very good position for him. But Kevin Samut from Martha Force now in P6. Sherman van der Sloot P7, and we've got 3 people battling. Oh, we need to follow this. Whoa! 3 wide! Yes! It's Dan Hurt, Adam Osgood, and Ryan Nash. Oh, this is amazing, and Dan Hurt and Adam Osgood. They're trying desperately to outsmart themselves and stay ahead. So that was actually a very nice what happened there. Actually don't know what to say. But now we have got another battle. It's Ryan Nash on Adam Osgood. He will try it. He will break later. No, he doesn't have the line. So still Adam Osgood ahead. Oh, and a mistake for Ryan Nash. And now Mark Fuller is there. And Mark Fuller is on the inside. He's got him. Yeah, he's got Ryan Nash. But a bad accident. Ryan Nash is passed again. I don't know where to look, because if I look behind there is a big battle between Potters and De Vries. It's amazing as well. It's Potters now. Yeah, trying to outbrake De Vries, and he does it. He does hit the hit, but it's going pretty well. And let's go to the battle in front. Ryan Nash is still in front of Mark Fuller. I actually needed to look who it was, but yeah, you see the slipstream coming, and it's Fuller against Nash, who's braking later. Yeah, Nash is trying, and Mark Fuller rounds outside, but no. So in all this, we have a big battle here, and we've got a spinner. This is unfortunate. Garrett had a slight touch with his rifle, but I think that was not intentional for him as his rifle, and yeah, it just knocked him out of balance, and yeah, he lost not too much, but yeah, he lost something. Let's go back to number 1. Please work. Oh, and we've got a change. Roy Schouten is the lead, but Matthew Williams is now in P2 with passing of Roy Versal. So, looks like Matthew Williams is now on the charge. But what can Roy Vassal do back? Look at this slipstream, look at this slipstream. Yeah, Matthew Williams goes defensive. Yes, and Roy Vassal just lets it go. He doesn't go for a really hard attack because he knows it's not needed for now. Of course, he wants to pass again, Roy Vassal, but there's also the idea of the pit stop and well, saving your tires a bit is also a concern for Roy Vassal. Yeah. Well, I'm currently looking where Hoekstra is gone. He had a little bit of problems with his game, so I hope he will return later, but if not, well, then not. Then I'm here alone. Oh, and Roy's Vassal is going up. Oh, and Menno Kumar as well on the tricky curve. We're now on lap 6, so we're not even close to a pit stop. So we better focus on that one. Oh, and we have a battle. It's Adam Oscar against Nash. Whoop. Yes. Break. Oh, Oscar. Wow. That was a good braking from Oscar. I didn't expect he was that good on the brakes. But yeah, now Ryan has the slipstream, and slipstream helps so much. You can see it. You see it, Oscar. You see Nash. And Nash will outbrake him. Yes, he's got the inside. He should have it. What can Adam do? No, Adam cannot do anything. We have another battle. We've got Megane and Stefano. So that's where Stefano was. Stefano now is in P14. Only P14. He's battling if his life depends on it. Oh, look at that, yes. And I know what Bernac is doing. He's not giving him much room. No, actually what Bernac said. Oh, and there's a mistake from Bernac. Wow. And Wesley actually is ahead now. What Bernac did, he just tried to give Wesley more or less just enough room, but yeah, in the end the gap closed a bit, and we hope then that Wesley would not pass. And actually that happened, but he outbraked himself. So we got Bahrain again on Muscat. Oh, Muscat. Down to 15, so yeah, he's now again in the points, but yeah, he lost so much with the spin. So that's a bit sad, of course. Says sorry for him because I think it was his mistake. I'm pretty sure actually. He's now on, yeah, he's now on the charge on Roland Hood. Roland Hood is not defending, but yeah, Roland Hood is braking very late, too late. And Jason has him, but it will be, you know, double overtake because Bahrain also overtook Roland Hood.
User joined your channel.
I've got a user joined the channel. So, after, let's see, nearly 9 laps completed, I will take order because we don't have any safety. So currently Roy Schouten is leading for Matthew Williams and Roy Vassal with Lorenzo Kumar in P5 with Joshua Jones now running wide but still in P5. And well, yeah, Joshua Jones, if he can finish in P5, will get my sticker of driver of the race. But of course the race is still long and there will, people are hunting on Joshua Jones. And of course, number 6 is Kevin Samut. That's the first one that is actually hunting Joshua Jones. With Sherwin from the slot, actually a very good drive from Sherwin. P7 with David P8 with Ryan P9, and we had a mistake from Adam Oscar, so he is dropped out. So Mark Fuller is now in P10 with Tristan Portas in P11 with Muscat already in P. P12 with Oscar in P13, Bahrain P14 with Roland in P15, Gerrit de Vries in P16. So Gerrit de Vries is the first guy outside the points, with Peter Jones looking very fast, but of course fun now in P17, with Bas Weiss in P18, with Hoekstra in P19, with Fabian Rudde in P20. Well, he's pretty far behind, so I'm wondering if he already made a pit stop. It could possibly be. And there's Stefano now in P21, yes. So Wesley, I can confirm, now did his pit stop. But he did his pit stop in lap 9, so that's on 1/3 race distance. So that's actually very interesting. So he's early, so or his tires are pretty well shit, or he yeah. This is a tactical one. I think his tires were pretty worn out. So if he pits after well 1/3 of the race distance, it would mean I think he will do another pit stop. But we will keep an eye on it. I think this can possibly be a good thing for Wesley. If everybody just took pit stops, it could mean that he's now trying to at least get something back on the people who were driving just in front of him.
Yes, hello?
Hello, Mr. Wopke Hoekstra! We can hear
Hello.
you.
Yes, good to hear.
Yes. Did you follow the broadcast?
Well, kind of. I heard most things you said, so
okay.
I think I missed quite a lot, actually. So
yeah.
it's a shame. But I'm here now. I had some technical difficulties, but
yeah.
at least we made it in finally. I had to restart my computer, but yeah, we got it working, and it's good to see that everyone's still driving. Yeah.
The top 4 is actually very close, and yeah, if you ask me who's the current driver on the charts for the last few laps, I would say it's Niranjan. Niranjan actually closed in on the top 3, and we now got Roy Scholten in P1, with Matthew Williams actually very close in P2, and with Roy Verzaan in P3 and Niranjan Kumar in P4. Actually, that's very close, okay? What do you think?
Yeah, you're right. Roy Verzaan and Niranjan Kumar both are closing in on the top 2, and I think actually that Roy Scroton is holding Matthew Williams up, but yeah. I'm not quite sure. But yeah, of course it's a tough job to get past, especially for P1. He's not going to give that up too easily. And yeah, those 4 are really quite a way ahead of the rest of the pack, because Joshua Jones in 5th place, he's 10 seconds away.
Yeah, you already see that Matthew Williams is very close. And of course, well, Roy Scholten isn't that much slower, but I think this is more or less on tire wear actually. I think Roy was much more ahead. He's losing out to Williams more and more and more. Oh, and Williams is trying. I think Williams gets him, he gets him! So Williams leads now from Roy Scholten. And now I wonder how much Williams can pull away from Roy Scholten. Wopke, you also think this is a tire issue, or you don't think it is?
Yeah, I agree. I think Roy Scroton is never really that good on the tires, I think. And yeah, especially because in the start of the race he was really quick, and now he seems to be a bit slower, so he seems to have some issues. And the way Matthew Williams suddenly has picked up the pace, I think that's not because he's going quicker, but it's because Roy Scroton is going slower. So yeah, maybe we will see a pit stop soon, but I think it's too late to do a 2-stop now. So I think he will go for the 1-stop. He will just try to hold out, and yeah, maybe he will pit a little bit early and maybe try to save the tires a bit more in the second stint.
Yeah, and I think this is also the reason why
big lockup for Roy Scroton as well.
Why the guy we're now on board with Niranjan, why Niranjan is so close.
Oh, look at that, look at that. He's in the pits already, Roy Scroton. So yeah, I wonder, maybe he is gonna do the 2-stop, but I don't think that would work out. So I think he's gonna do 1-stop at a long second stint and just try to save the tires a bit more now.
Yeah, I agree. But I think the passing of Williams, I think that was the key. And Roy informed the team he would come in for the pit stop in order to get the new tires on. It's a very long stop actually.
Yeah, the pit stops are really long, so I think that 2-stop is in no way gonna work.
Yeah.
So at least it's the same for everyone, because there's no way Roy Scruton had any big damage or something. So
that's true. It's a long stop, but yeah.
Yeah, but look at that's insane. It's really a long stop. It's unbelievable, really.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still not going, and he's almost lapped.
Yeah, let's see where's the rest. Yeah, he's nearly getting lapped by.
Yeah,
But
he's leaving now. Yeah, I think it's just he's just not getting lapped, but the pit stop is nearly a full lap here, so yeah, there's no way you wanna do a 2-stop, but that's insane. I think.
And Williams is in. Williams is in. So we stay in the pit lane. It's interesting if this pit stop of Williams is as long as the one of Roy. You would say it is, but we should see. Well, we've got
Joshua Jones as well, yeah.
So we see now the enemies with, and behind we see Joshua stopping, and we also got Dan Hutt in.
So everyone is pitting before the halfway point. I don't think that's because they have a high tire wear, but maybe they want to do the undercut or something. So it's going to be interesting to see. And we have Roy Verzal in the lead, but still getting close is Niranjan Kumar. So maybe he can overtake Roy Verzal before the pit stops, or maybe in the pit stops even. But yeah, it's also interesting to see where Williams comes out. At least he's still standing in the pit lane, so it's not as if Roy Scruton had an insanely long pit stop. So that's good to see that he didn't have a half a lap behind.
And everybody's passing. This is for a racer, of course. Standing for a minute is of course not good, but yeah, it's the same for everybody. It's an endurance stop.
Yeah, maybe
and
they will look at it after the race. So
he's
Williams is out.
Oh, and there is Roy. Roy is coming on full top speed, and of course he's got the tires on temperature, so it's very close. Yeah, Williams is ahead now, but I'm not sure if he will be ahead in the end of the lap. Oh, you just see it. You see the tires of Roy Scruton are just on to temperature, but Williams still has the gap.
Yeah, Williams had a good pit stop and a good in lap, I think. So I think that's what helped him a lot, and maybe also the lower fuel load. As Niranjan Kumar is also in, so maybe he will come out between those guys. It could be possible, but yeah, it's going to be tough. A lot of people are pitting now. So yeah, because of the long pit stops now, we see Kevin Samwood in second place, for example, Sherwin van der Sloot in P3. And so yeah, that's funny to see. But
interesting what Roy Verzal does actually. I think this is not. Yeah, he's now leading. Yeah, he's leading. So that says to me like he tries to win the race on tire wear. A little bit later, but I think he should go now, and he goes
going
now.
In, yeah. That's good to see that he isn't going too long.
And the entrance of Roy is giving it all. So interesting because he was in the group of 4.
Oh, look at this, Niranjan Kumar ahead of Roy Scruton, but I think Roy is gonna get past now. Yeah, yes he is. Niranjan doesn't defend too hard. Although Roy goes wide, so he might have a chance to get back at him.
Ooh, this is costly. Williams is jumping away now.
Yeah, I think Williams pretty much got it in the bag, unless they are able to close up, or maybe Roy Verzal can do something, because remember that Roy Verzal was ahead of Niranjan Kumar. So if he did a good in-lap, then he might be in second place, I think maybe ahead of Roy Scruton.
Still standing.
And as we saw in the first stint as well, is that Roy Scruton had possibly quite bad tire wear, so he can't push too hard now towards Williams. So Yeah, that's going to be difficult for Scroton, but we'll see what happens. Maybe he's able to do something about it.
Oh, Roy is going to drive away very soon, very soon, very soon.
Yeah, Williams is going to get
Williams
him.
is passing, but.
Oh, look at
Not
this.
that much, not that much. He's coming down on the right, yes, he's got him, but where is Roy? And the other Roy? Roy Frizzell is going to P2. Roy Frizzell is going to P2, and yes, he is. Yes, he is. So Roy Frizzell is in P2. And now this is interesting. Roy jumped the other Roy and stays ahead of Miranjan. But the most interesting thing for me is Roy Frizzell has 2 or 3 laps younger and fresher tires than Roy Scholten. So, of course, now the difference will not be there, but in the end, how will it be in the end? So, for Roy Frizzell, I think it looks pretty good for at least P2. But of course, he needs to get the tires on temperature, and you see Roy Scholten already close, so one Roy needs to defend from the other Roy.
Yeah, I think Frizzell may be lucky that Scroton can't wear his tires too much, that he can't do too much lockups, because we saw him do quite a lot of lockups in the first stint, and that his tire wear. Oh, look at
so
almost
close.
into the back of Frizzell, but he keeps it out of Frizzell's
Yeah, but
back.
Miranjan is passing.
Yeah.
Miranjan is passing.
Yeah, Niranjan takes Scroton. That's a costly mistake, I think, and he backs off to let Kumar go.
You see who's leading.
Yeah, Sherwin van der Sloot.
Sherwin van der Sloot is leading, because he needs to make a pit stop. But of course, this is also a way to at least get some knowledge, like in the whole broadcast is talking.
Yeah, because look at this as well in P3. Pitting now is Mark Fuller.
Yeah.
Behind Jason Muscat, also in the pits now. But yeah, you're right. Get some weird names at the top, but that's funny to see. Now Garrett de Vries is moving up to P2.
Yes.
And David Beranek also in the pits from P5. And if Rink doesn't pit, but he is gonna pit, he would be in P3. But maybe Bas Weiss then, the rookie.
Bas Weiss, come on. Yes,
He's continuing. He may be in P3 then.
Where will he end? Where will he end up? Oh, P5, 4-3, P3 for Bas Weiss. Hero of the day.
Yeah, of course. I mean, he's not gonna end there, but at least you can say I've driven in P3 now, and that's good to see. But the interesting thing for me is that Frizzell and Kumar had a longer first stint, and they actually closed up to the top 2. So what that says to me is that doing a longer first stint might be useful to do. You can get the overcut, and then stay ahead on the fresher tires as well. Because of the lower fuel load, you will probably get a small advantage, I think.
Yeah, and well, Roy Frizzell still ahead of Kumar and Scholten. Scholten lost a bit. I think he's trying a bit too hard actually. Of course, driving fast and driving a little bit too hard, like too much input. It's very close to each other, and of course he's not out of the podium. Of course he's out of the podium, but he's still in contention for it. But yeah, it will be hard, and I think Roy will save tires. And now it's actually Miranjan who wants to attack Roy.
Yeah, I think Roy realizes that he is like wasting his tires trying to overtake Roy and Kumar, and maybe he wants to stay out of the dirty air as well because of the understeer you get, because of you have less downforce.
We're currently on board with Joshua Jones. I'm very impressed with Joshua Jones actually.
Yeah, same. I mean, he's driving for my team, so that's obviously for me very good.
Yeah.
But to be fair, I didn't quite expect him to be this far up the grid when I signed him. I mean, of course, he's young, so he can learn a lot still, and to be in, well, technically P5 right now, and I mean, he hasn't made a single mistake, I think. So
true. And of course, well, his brother Peter Jones, also on the grid, he signed at my team, so it's actually very funny. And well, Peter Jones looked, I think, the faster of the two during the testing, but Joshua is now the one. Well, didn't have the mistake in the end. So for Joshua, it looks very good. And of course, he is our commentator. So the commentator of the WCS GP series. So of course, we really hope Josh is in for a good result, of course. And if he can get a top 5 or a top 6 position, it will be very good. And actually, Kevin Samwood is doing a decent job as well.
Okay, so Garrett de Vries just came in, but Bas Weiss was standing in his spot, so he just did a drive-through, I think. Okay. Because he knows that Bas Weiss will be there for so long, he just let it go, and then he decides to pit another day. So I think really something needs to be changed about the pits. Although Bas Weiss just came out like just behind him, so actually that's very unlucky for Garrett de Vries. He thought Bas Weiss would be standing there for a long time, but he wouldn't, so that's quite a big loss for Garrett de Vries. But yeah, the pit stop times, I mean, like this, if you especially if it's not with teammates, because Bas Weiss is not the teammate of Garrett de Vries, then it might be a big issue, because then you can basically screw someone over by pitting in the same lap as them. So
that's yeah, it's not what should happen.
Yeah, I'm sure they will look at it, and at least it's not one of the top guys, so that's sorry, Garrett, but okay, he's still leading.
You shouldn't say, but I think
no, but I mean of the current top 4.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. I mean, of course, he's still driving in the points. I think he was doing fairly well in
I think Garrett
the top 10. So
already is happy that he led some laps. Of course, this is of course very cool, and I must say, Garrett is performing really well the last couple of races from the last season. Yeah, it looks like he's still improving as well. So yeah, maybe it's not Garrett's lucky day today, but yeah, he's getting there, if you know what I mean. So
yeah, especially
we now have got Matthew Williams in the lead again. Now everybody else made a pit stop. It's Matthew Williams before Roy Vizel, and then Miran and then Roy Sultan. We're now on lap 21, so only a few to go.
Interestingly, Wesley Stefano is back in P7 as well, because he made the early pit stop. So I'm interested to see what happens to him. And Jason Muscat in P9, also not too bad after the crash, of course.
My biggest fear for Wesley's pitted really early, when he had 1/3 of race distance completed. So my biggest fear for Wesley is that he will run out of tires in the next couple of laps. But if he can manage, then of course he will be in a good spot. Well, yeah, P7, of course he hoped for more, but in the incident he had with Muscat, I think P7 is still quite okay.
I think Sherwin is closing in though, so of course the tires are wearing. I mean, it would be nearly impossible for him to keep them better than the other guys.
Yeah, but now I'm wondering, are those the tires of Wesley wearing out, or is Wesley actually driving slower in order to try to keep life in it?
Yeah, that's a good question. It could be both. I think he's taking it fairly easy.
Yeah.
But also I think that the tires have already worn quite a bit still, because of the number of laps he did. He already did like half a race. At this point people would be pitting for the one stop, so
he's letting Sherwin go. He's not even attacking him, so that says enough. I think Wesley is saving tires. But I think it will be pretty difficult for Wesley to at least stay at Sherwin. I think the grip is getting less. Even if he tries to save it, the grip will be less and less, and he is on the oldest tires of the whole grid, and everybody that's still driving. And yeah, it will be interesting in a few laps. But yeah, I fear he will lose some performance, and yeah, that's because of the tires. And yeah, of course, input-wise, Wesley will not change a lot, but it's like, yeah, it's tires that now.
Yeah, and Jason Muscat is, I think, closing in as well, so he might lose another position. But the thing is, I think it doesn't really matter, because if you look at it, the top 10 gets reversed, and currently in P10 is Dan Hutt.
Yeah.
And Dan.
Oh, really?
And of course, if he gets the reverse grid again.
You know who got the reverse grid in the WCS GP race?
Yes, it would be amazing if he got it again.
Yeah.
So let's see what he can do from that point if he gets it again. But of course, the race is still going, and Ryan Nash in P11, he will try to catch up to Danhut.
Actually, talking about Danhut, it looks like something is changed with Dan. It's like he found some pace out of sudden. He, of course, was very young when he started a few seasons ago, and it now looks like he unlocked some more potential and some more speed. What do you think it is? Because I actually see him overall improve quite a lot since the end of last season and the beginning of this season. What do you think it is?
Yeah, I think it's insane actually, because it's only 1 month between the last race of last season and this first race. So he only had one month to improve, and of course, yeah, he was going quicker already. I think he was going a bit quicker every race, and now he's improved on that even more. But I think the thing also is that he isn't making any mistakes, and the question now is it because he practiced really a lot during the winter break for this race or for these 2 races, and now once we go back to a 2-week schedule, that maybe he will have some more problems again. That's going to be the question, but so far he's doing an amazing job, and as we saw in the WCS GP as well, he was keeping the lead for 6 laps, I think, which is half the race, and if he can do the same here, that would be amazing.
Attack from Niranjan Kumar on Versal, and inside, we're on board, they judge, but no, Versal's still on P2, but Niranjan is trying to, well, force his way through on a good manner, so he's not bumping into him on purpose, but yeah, a friendly nudge is of course a possibility. So interesting what they will do. Weaving from Versal, Niranjan follows. This will be a hot fight for P2, and then my first interest, what can Roy Scholten do then? Can he get back into this fight?
Yeah, and quickly before the end of the straight, there has been a few position changes. For P5, Kevin Samut has overtaken Joshua Jones. Joshua, of course, not the best pace, but still good. And Wesley Stefano has lost the position to Jason Muscat. So yeah, those 2 positions changed, and we missed it. But Niranjan is on the outside of Roy Versal for turn 1. Can he make it stick?
Outside,
no, he can't.
No.
And no, he's just too far back to really try something. But Roy goes a bit wide, and I think he already slipped off the throttle too much there to try and move after the mistake of Roy. And but yeah, he still has a few laps to try something, and he's definitely looking more pacey than Roy. So it will be an interesting battle till the end, or until Kumar gets past in a way. That could also happen, of course.
Let's see. So Kevin Samut on P5 now. So Kevin actually looks very pacey as well. Kevin Pacey.
Sherwin van der Sloot is closing in on Joshua Jones as well, so he's quite close actually. So Sherwin showing good pace.
I think Sherwin was also one of the later pit stop guys, so I think that's actually one thing as well. I think his tires are pretty good on the number 42 car, and well, you would say that he's got enough pace to pass Joshua. And
Kumar made a mistake out of the last corner, and now actually Roy Scroton is attacking him. Well, kind of. Not sure if he would launch an attack, but I think he will let him go, because he knows that Kumar still has the good pace, and if they bother each other, they are only gonna let Versal go away. But yeah, Sherwin side by side with Joshua Jones for turn 1.
On board with Mr. Muscat, who can see the battle in front of him.
And this is only helping him as well, because he can close up now. Because of course Sherwin is quick, but Joshua Jones is a bit slower.
You can see every corner how much Muscat gets time out of him. Interesting. Sharon is trying, now he's got the inside, he should pass, but he doesn't! And now it helps Muscat again, because Muscat now has a good exit, yes. This is how Muscat needs to do, he needs to close, and win time of course to pass. We only have got a few laps to go, but this is looking pretty decent for the current Megane champion. And of course Sherman is now trying slipstream, but it's not enough, No, not.
But on the straight, I think Jason had a really good exit, so
Jason
it might be
really
3 wide actually.
Well, I don't know if it would be 3 wide, but yeah, of course with the 2 car the slipstream will be intense. Jason needs to go to the left and he will do it. Yes, 3 wide. Oh, yes.
Can he do it?
Can he do it? Who's braking later? Yeah, Joshua is looking good.
Joshua gets squeezed.
But Joshua's still leading. Yes.
Joshua is doing this very well, but Sherwin has the inside. I think he has it.
Yeah, but just because the long way he does that very well, but no. And he hit with Muscat. That was unintentional, but they tried to give each other room, but of course sometimes you hit each other. But yeah, this is a good move from Sherwin. But what can Jason Muscat now do for big
mistake by Joshua Jones, and he hits Sherwin van der Sloot. That's unfortunate. They are still in P8 and 9. He's waiting for Sherwin to let him back past, but yeah, of course they lost 2 positions now, both to Jason Muscat and Wesley Stefano. He's saying thank you, of course, because he was letting them go, but now they made a mistake, and well, Joshua Jones made the mistake, but
we've got,
yeah, you got 2
1
positions
or
for
2
free.
laps to go. Let's see what will happen. So yeah, it looks like Matthew Williams will win the race. So interesting. Raffaele still in P2. It looks like he will get P2 then for Kumar and for Troughton. And of course Kevin Samud in P5. Yeah, you don't hear a lot from Samud, but Samud is there in the end, so that's actually pretty decent. But Muscat is in P6, and then he didn't lose that much, of course, only 3 positions. But yeah, just see what happened in the how big the spin was of Jason and Wesley. And they actually did well in recovery.
Yeah, agreed. P6 and P7 is not too bad. It
looks like Dan Hood will get P10 and the reverse grid pole. But yeah, we need to wait a little bit longer to find out. So, what was it? The top 10 or top 15 gets points? I believe the top 15.
The top 15 gets points, so Adam Oscar is the last point scorer.
Cool. That's very cool. But of course, with 21 drivers, there are 6 that will not score. But we will talk about that later. But 1 more lap, I think, to go.
Yeah, Matthew Williams just passed the finish line just before the time ran out, I think. So he's now on the final lap, and everyone needs to do 1 more lap.
But there is traffic for Roy Vizel.
And the traffic is not helping him at all. I think that's Adam Oscar actually. Oh no, it's not. Who is it? What's that?
It's Wise.
Oh yeah, it's Bas Wise.
Ah,
yeah.
but he's really doing it easy, and I think that was pretty decent to jump out of the way.
Yeah, of course, but yeah, Roy Vizel would not have liked it because, of course, he's stressed. He sees the 2 racing team Scroton cars behind him, and he thinks, I want this P2. So, of course, yeah, he's trying hard to stay ahead of him.
Well, what a story it will be for Matthew Williams. Of course, he won last season. He won a few races in the end, and I believe he was pretty good in the championship. But now he entered with, well, as a driver for the team Edelweiss Engineering, and Edelweiss Engineering is completely new in the Meganes. And it looks like they are going to win the first race of the WCS Megane Season 3. And he's in, he done it! And Roy Vizel! It's close, and he gets P2.
Menno, I think you're looking at the wrong finish line.
Yes, I'm looking at
there, so I won ahead already. So
yeah, I know. It was pretty close in the end, but I know the finish line is quite early. And Kevin Samuels gets P5 with Jason Muscat P6 with Wesley Stefano P7 and Sherrington the Slow P8. Joshua Jones in P9. I think it's good for Joshua to get the top 10. Dan Hut close. Will he get P10? Yes, he will get P10. So another pole position for Dan.
Yeah, and Dan is celebrating it as well because he knows he's getting that pole position, so he will be very happy.
Yeah, Nash in P11, good points with Baranek. I need to look how to pronounce that. Baranek in P12 with Mark Fuller in P13. And Sly Old Fox with Tristan Portis in P14. And the last point scorer is Adam Osgood. Now P16 without points are Peter Jones, Gary de Vries and Roland Hutz. Rink Hoekstra, Bas Weiss and of course Fabian Brude. But I have a feeling that some people who are out of the points in race 1 can possibly score some points in race 2. So
yeah, so this was a great race, a great opening race. We saw some good battles, some drama as well, which is always fun to have, and of course, it's very good. We had all cars made it to the finish line,
yes,
which is really good.
That's pretty decent, yeah.
That's the main thing. I think that's the most important thing. Let's see. Now we have to wait for the second race. So Dan Hut takes pole position, and Joshua Jones on his debut. He will start from the front line as well.
Yes.
So that could be very interesting.
So, yeah, I'm going to take a little bit of a break. So, if you want to stay here, Wopke, then I can.
Yeah, I'll try to entertain everyone with some nonsense, of course.
How do you plan to do that then?
Yeah, not sure. I think we can look at the past year, which is interesting because. Of course, from the top 6, I think, or top 7, I think the top 7 was also the top 7 in the last season. Not in the same order, but at least the same guys.
Well, I'm getting something to
except for Summit, maybe. But,
to drink.
Yeah,
well,
okay.
You've got internet. Can you search for me who won the both races here last season in the Meganes? Because I believe we drove.
I will, and I will tell our commentators, unless you want to hear it very badly.
Well, just tell.
It's okay. I just looked it up. It's Chris Shepard and Tobias Olsen. They are both not driving today, so we got a new winner for that.
Yes.
Matthew Williams got P2 and P5 last year, and let's see.
Interesting.
Yeah. So let's see. It's the top 7 indeed. What I said is the same top 7 now in the race. So. It's funny to see the same top guys come out on top again. So, of course, not in the exact same order, but still, you can really see who are the better drivers, who are more experienced, probably as well. And
Wopke, how are your interview skills actually?
Very, very bad.
Okay, well, I've give you 2 guys to practice on. Oh, that sounds not that good. But to practice the interview on, so I will get them in. There are Roy Verzal and Bas Weiss.
User was moved to your channel.
So,
User was moved to your channel.
Well, in between races interview. So, race 1. Well, Wopke, you can do the interviews. Well, I will be there as well.
Okay, so let's start with Roy Verzal, because of course you were in very good position. So tell me, how did your race go?
I'm so unbelievable happy. I'm so glad with all the battles I've got with the RTS guys, with Roy Scroton, Iranyan Kumar, and of course with Matthew for a while. But Matthew was a different story today. First of all, congratulations to him. He did a fantastic job in race 1, and in all practice sessions, of course, he was way too quick. So I choose to not challenge him too hard because I knew it was going to be difficult, and I used him a little to catch up with Roy, and it worked out. I finished second. I had a great pit stop, which put me in front of Roy Scroton and Iranyan Kumar, and that decided for me the battle. I could keep them behind me after some great moments, and yeah, it was great, epic fun. So yeah, race 1 was absolutely fantastic. Did you guys enjoy the broadcast?
Well, I did.
Yeah, it was great fun as well. We caught, well, I'm not sure how much of the battle because Menno was the cameraman, so not sure how much he caught of it, but at least I was watching for quite a bit, and it looked amazing. So, and good to see for you as well that you managed to beat them as well. That's always good. Of course, as a racer, you want to win, and when a win is not possible, you want the best position you can get. So that is very well. Did you plan your strategy? Did you plan to go longer in the first stint? Because I think that's what helped you out in the end, is that you went longer in the first stint. So, did you plan that ahead, or?
Yes, actually, I wanted to go a little longer, even longer than what I did now. But I was a little worried about my pace. My pace on all the tires wasn't that very good on that point. I made the pit stop. So I started to make a little mistakes. I got out of my rhythm a little. So yeah, well, I was only 2-3 laps after that Matthew was going in the pits. I made my stop, and yeah, well, it was a little later, but it was the right moment to go. Because I started to make a little mistakes, maybe because of the tire wear, maybe because I was out of rhythm at that moment. But yeah, after that, with the new tires, fresh tires, everything started going well again.
Yeah. I've got a question. You had quite a good start, if I'm correct.
Mm-hmm.
You were,
That's true.
I believe, jumping from P4 to P2? Or
yes.
yeah, that
I
was
was
something we saw.
starting from P4, and after a few corners I was in P2.
Mm-hmm. That was, yeah, it looked like you had ate some hot chili or something, because you were you were on fire. And yeah, it was really good. I was like, oh, he's already jumped from some places, so that's very good actually. So yeah, but let's put your interview for now, and you can focus now on race 2, and I hope we'll at least speak to you in race 2, because we've also got Bas here, and I think he wants to say something as well. So hello, Bas.
Hello.
So this is your first race, right, at WCS?
Yes, this is my first race. Yes.
Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah, I wanted to ask a lot of questions, or Wopke wants to ask a lot of questions, but
I never said that. But,
okay. But yeah, let's just because I didn't follow everything what you did during the race. But how was your race in general? Eventful? Did a lot happen? Some spins, or were you actually pretty decent? Because we saw some fights with you in there.
I was pretty surprised. I didn't expect it to be so good. I haven't spun, so I'm glad about that. I had a little fight at the beginning, but Fabian Rode, he crashed, so he got behind 20 seconds, so I couldn't fight with him anymore. But I had a little fight with some other guys, so I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
I did better than I hoped, so.
Yeah, and I believe you were in P3 for a moment after because you pitted pretty late. Wopke, that was right. That was Bas, right?
yeah, he was, I think, in P3.
Yeah,
so.
because the pit stops are so long. We saw you're driving, and then he's continuing. So you were at least one lap on P3, and actually that was very very good to see actually. So yeah, I actually enjoyed it. That's of course what the commentators like as well. It's all about strategy as well, and of course now having race 1 behind. And now race 2, you think the whole starting procedure, lining up the first lap, will that help you that you already have had one race into race 2, Bas?
Yes, I think it will help. I'm trying to push more this race, so I will get higher place than 19th or 20th. I don't know.
Yeah, that
So
that looks pretty good. And you're here to learn. I think I'm not sure how long you're sim racing, but of course, if you're new, you just need to learn the league and the whole car and how to at least line up and to have the feeling for that as well. And well, yeah, of course, it looks very good. And yeah, I hope you're doing well in P2 race 2, and I hope, of course, actually that you get points, because getting some points out of it would be best, of course. But yeah, with 21 races in top 15 gets points, of course, it's very hard. But yes, I think best for you guys now to prepare for race 2. So I will get you back in somewhere. So good luck, and I hope we speak you after race 2 again.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you.
Thank you for the broadcast, and yeah, enjoy it.
Well,
the next race.
Just make a nice race 2, like with a lot of with a lot of nice overtakes that you think, yes, Menno, you need to watch that. I know Roy.
The Menno misses it. So.
No, no. I know when Roy does an overtake, he clearly thinks about me, and he thinks, yes, Menno is going wild now, and actually that's true. So no, but good luck for race 2. I will drag you to another channel, and let's see how you do.
Yes. Good luck, guys.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I'll do my best.
User was moved out of your channel. User was moved out of your channel.
See how much time do we have left, because we've got still some time. We've got another one who wants to be interviewed. Okay, can you interview our pole position guy for race 2?
I will drag him here.
Oh.
User was moved to your
And
channel.
there he is. It's Dan Hut.
Hi.
He's the reverse grid pole sitter once again. So Dan, how do you feel about race 1?
It was pretty good. I started 11, and after the first lap I believe I was 10th, so had a pretty good battle with Bahrain David, and then ended up, after the big collision, I ended up in P8, but after the pit stops I couldn't get further than P10, so very good race.
Yes, that's very good. And of course you have the reverse grid pole position again. Of course you had it in the WCS GP as well. Do you think you can repeat what you did there? And then I mean the first 6 lap, of course, before the crash.
With the Megane, I think I've not enough pace, so no. But hopefully a top 6, top 5, that needs to be possible.
Okay, that sounds good. At least it's good to see that you are realistic, and yeah, I think top 5. Yeah, I mean it also depends really on when the guys get through and how much get under attack. But yeah, I guess that's enough. I think you should prepare for the race, and yeah, good luck. And be careful, I think that's the main thing. As long as you stay out of trouble, it should be all fine.
And and you know what they say, consistency gets you points. And
that's right.
Just do it what you can and enjoy it. And of course, pole position you already have. And let's see if you can do the same as in the WCS GP. If you can lead 1 lap, that's definitely the first goal. And yeah, but of course, it can end. Your lead can end after a few hundred meters. It's just you can only do the best yourselves, and what others do, you don't have not much to say about that. Of course, you can try, but yeah. So we shall see, but we wish you the best for race 2, and we might speak you after race 2. So good luck.
Yes, good luck.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
The same.
User left your channel.
So
I think the warm-up is almost over, so that means that we're starting soon.
I will give you some live footage of the warm-up. We're going on board with Mr. Bass, who we just interviewed. The main straight now.
Yes, and I wanted to say he's in second place, but there's only 2 times set, so it's not really impressive. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. Who do you think is going to win? It's going to be very difficult to guess, I think.
I already forgot who's in the top 10 actually.
Yeah, so let's wait for the lineup for when we go to the race.
Yeah. Let's see. I will say it in the warm-up lap actually. He's going to win. No, actually I know he's going to win. And that actually will be... Yeah, I actually think Mr. Jason Muscat will win the race. He's the pole position guy, he finished in P6, which would mean he starts from 5 now. So if he doesn't get hit from the back, I give him a good shot. But of course, Matthew Williams looks like he's so fast, so I don't know actually how quick he really is in a reverse grid. So top 10 reverse grid. So interesting what he can do.
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very interesting.
Yeah.
Of course, they need to make their way through the field safely, and of course, we saw in race 1 already that some things can happen. So I had some contact with Roy Versal outside of the interview, of course, about the pit stops because they are so long, and I was wondering how that's possible. But he says that the makers of the mod, they have encrypted the file where you can change the pit stop time. So unfortunately, they can't do anything about it. So. Of course, they know the pit stops are very long, but it's the same for everyone. So
yeah, well, that makes it.
Of course, you just gotta get used to it.
Less interesting to do two pit stops, but it makes it more interesting for the less quick drivers to at least get their moment of glory. So actually, that has its charm as well. So, I got another question for you, Wopke. From and you can you can say it when we're in the warm-up. From who didn't score in race 1, you give the best chance to score in race 2.
Who finished outside the points? That's
yes.
Let's see. I think Garrett de Vries has a good shot, and Peter Jones, because Peter Jones, of course, he was very quick, and Joshua finished P9, so he should be around there as well. And Garrett, because he had the drive-through. You know, he had to drive through the pits one extra time, and of course that cost you some time. So maybe without that he could have scored the points already. And but yeah, I think even guys behind have a chance of scoring points. Fabian Rudde as well, Rien Hoekstra, Roland Hutt, Bas Wijs as well, of course. You never know, maybe he's learned in the first race, and of course, especially with the top 10 reverse, there can be a lot of issues, a lot of crashes and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna see what happens, but at least we're getting ready for the race.
While I've got my hands on the camera, I ask you to, well, do a nice story with everybody on the grid while we're starting the warm-up lap quite soon. Right about now.
So we start the formation lap, and we start with Dan Hutt for the second time in the WCS in 2018. So he's starting from reverse grid pole position. So good job for him. And Joshua Jones, first race in the WCS and already in P2. Of course, with the reverse grid, that's because he finished P9, but still a very good job. And Sherwin van der Sloot as well in P3. With Wesley Stefano, of course, after the incident with Jason Muscat in P5. Yeah, they now have the advantage over the guys who were ahead of them in the first race, of course, which is Kevin Summit, of course, finishing in P5, so now in P6. And then we have the top 4 from last race. We have Roy Scroton, P7, Niranjan Kumar P8, Roy Versal P9, Matthew Williams P10, and it will be interesting to see what they can do, especially with Wesley Stefano and Jason Muscat in P4 and P5. Of course, they have the advantage, so will be interesting to see. Then we have P11, we have Ryan Nash, then we have David Baranek P12, Mark Fuller P13, Tristan Potters in P14, and the last point scorer from last race is Adam Oscar P15. And then we have the guys who didn't score in the first race but will try to score now. It's Peter Jones P16, Garrett de Vries in P17, Roland Hutt in P18, Rink Hoekstra in P19, Bas Weiss in his first race, and he gets to start from P20 now with Fabian Rudde. I think he had some incident in the first race and he finished in last place, but now he will try to improve. At least he can't do worse than that, so
yeah, well,
that's good for him.
I give Rudde a chance on points as well. If he can stay out of trouble, I think he's got a chance. So
he almost runs into the back of Rink, so Rink Hoekstra. So yeah, he goes off track there. Of course, you need to stay aware during the formation lap because everyone's driving slowly and weaving and suddenly braking. So that's always interesting. But I think almost everyone's lined up. I think the last guys are getting into position now.
Yeah.
And they are. And I'll call the lights 4, 5. And we're on the way, and Dan Hutt gets a
bad start.
Bad start actually, yeah.
Oh, Joshua Jones!
Sherwin van der Sloot as well, looking on the very inside. I think now he's braking early. I think he's taking carefully. But Joshua Jones takes the lead from Dan Hutt, and Wesley Stefano in P4.
Chris in the back,
There's a big who's that? Matthew Williams is stuck there as well. Matthew Williams, Adam Oscar is in there as well.
Peter Jones,
Roland Hutt, Peter Jones.
Both both nearly took each other out. It's Joshua Jones leading for Sherwin van der Sloot.
So Dan Hutt didn't get to lead a lap, at least not for now, but he's still in P3 and looking for Sherwin. No, that's a late break, but no, he doesn't hit anyone at least. So you're not sure what happened there, but Matthew Williams got stuck behind someone, so maybe Matthew Williams had a bad start or something.
Good, I think a decent start for Roy Salter, already gained 1 or 2 positions. Wesley Stefano could start. No, Jason Muscat not the best of starts, and the rest looks good. I think the biggest loser will be Matthew Williams.
I think Kevin Summit as well, P13. He also lost quite a lot, so yeah, that's a shame for him. And we have some other guys in the points now, which is Garrett de Vries and Rink Hoekstra, and Bas Weiss in P16 as well, which isn't too bad.
So Joshua Jones checked out. He says later.
I think he's trying to get the advantage because Wesley Stefano in P4 obviously has a lot of pace. So and Roy Scroton is in P5 as well. Roy Versal on the inside. And what happens?
Chris in the back. Chris in the back. But Alex went wide.
I'm not sure what happened there. Everything was going on so quickly, but the order as shuffled now is that Wesley Stefano is P4, Roy Scroton P5, Jason Muscat P6, and Roy Versal is in P7. And all this fighting is only helping the top 3, I think, because they are getting a little bit away, even though it's not that much to be fair, but and I think Sherwin is now trying to chase down Joshua Jones, but I'm not sure how much he's catching. I think Joshua made a mistake actually, because it looked to me as if Sherwin was getting closer, but I think it's not that much. Wesley on the back of Dan Hutt. around the outside of the last corner. Maybe he's trying to cut back.
Cut back, yes. No, not yet. But Wesley's got the power. I think he's got the power to the inside. No! That closes the door!
Oh, and look behind is Roy Scroton now.
Yeah, Roy Scroton is, he's...
But Roy pulled out of the slipstream too early, I think. So now he needs to get back in the slipstream.
Roy will break earlier. I'm pretty sure Roy will break early. No, he's going late. He's going for the...
Going around the outside of Dan Hut then. And maybe take Wesley Stefano as well.
Oh yeah, this is so close. But it was good. Oh, Dan Hut! Oh no! He spins! Oh, he got spin! Oh, what happens there? Somebody... Who was that? Was it Jason Muscat overtaking outside track limits? Was that outside of track limits, or didn't he have any chance to go somewhere?
I'll take a quick look at the replay. I think... no, Roy pushed him out wide even more. He was already almost outside the track limits because of the speed difference, so he kind of avoided something. But then Roy also like forced him to be out there, so he had no chance. I see Sherwin. That's what you meant as well, I think.
Yes.
Oh, this is very good for Joshua Jones though. He's 2 seconds ahead now. And Wesley Stefano is now all over the back of Sherwin van der Sloot. Oh, Muscat with a big slide out of the last corner.
Yes, but the Maltese knows how to...
Versal in P4 now.
Oh, the group is so big. We're on board again. This is Roy Scroton. He's butt drafting. He's butt drafting Muscat. It is on Versal. They're going to break. They're going to break C-White. Crazy, and crash.
Oh, Versal's done. I think, yeah, that's a shame. Oh. It's not too bad. I think Versal tried to do some kind of cutback. I'm not quite sure what happened. I think he's... Oh no, he got hit in the rear by... I think it was Kumar. And then also by Ryan Nash as well.
We've got Wesley and Sherwin, and Wesley finally passed Sherwin. So Wesley now can hunt on Joshua Jones. But Joshua Jones already is driven away a bit, so interesting.
Yeah.
How this race unfolds. Can you check for me, Wopke, where is Matthew Williams currently? Because of course he's
back in the points. That's good to hear. He's trying, just overtaking now, with a very, very bold move on David Baranek for P12. So he's now in P12, and Donut, or Paul Sitter, is in P14. So that's unfortunate, but yeah, that's of course after the spin. It costs you a lot of time, and everyone's still close, so it costs you a lot of positions as well.
We've got an overtake from Versal on Nash. Versal had a spin as well. But Nash is trying. To...
We have a...
No.
For P4 as well. For P4, side by side, Roy Scroton and Jason Muscat.
Oh, they know each other.
And yeah, Muscat is gonna try to get a good run out of this corner here. But I think it's not too well. It's not that great actually, although he does have the slipstream obviously, so yeah, Scroton is going defensive for this corner, which should mean he has to brake a bit early, and Muscat is trying to cut back. I think he has the overlap now, but he is on the outside for this corner, so it's going to be very hard, and yes, he tucks back in, but maybe once again some kind of switchback or something. Oh, and Scroton locking up everywhere, so...
You saw Muscat trying to gain a lot of speed mid-corner, and well, he didn't overtake Roy, but yeah, you saw a lot of mid-corner speed, but yeah, he couldn't just do it. But
yeah, and Kumar is behind as well in the slipstream, so watch for the double slipstream for Menno. So,
can I order one Racing Team Scotland burger with Maltese sauce?
Yes, sure, and but you could also order a Maltese.
Muscat is braking late, too late, but he makes it, no, he doesn't make it. Sorry.
Now Kumar has a good run on Muscat, but this corner is very difficult to overtake unless you are Dan Hut, of course, which we saw early in the race. But yeah, he's still in P5, and the order remains the same. and this is very, very good
Yeah.
for the top 3, of course, because if these guys are fighting,
My order
It's
also
helping.
takes the same. I actually like the Racing Team Scotland burger, Maltese sauce. And about sauce, actually we're going back to Joshua Jones, which is not a sauce, but just the leader of the race. And yeah, it looks good for him. But now in lap 6, it would be something if he can get a podium or a win. But of course, we're now giving him the commentator's curse, so I don't hope we're cursing
so stop
him.
talking about him
Yes,
now.
yes.
But yeah, Wesley so far hasn't gained too much on him. He's still 2 seconds behind.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how when Wesley will be able to catch up. Will he? Maybe Joshua's pushing too hard now, actually, because of course we saw some people struggling with the tires. So that's going to be interesting.
We're going on
Roy
board
Versal
with it.
also made it back up to P7 now after a spin. And he is still, quite close to the battle in front. Oh, almost in the rear by Kevin Summit. Once again in the same corner, so he wouldn't have liked that, but luckily nothing goes wrong there. As there's a fight for P11. Potters gets overtaken by David Baranek. Matthew Williams is also back in the top 10, by the way, so that's good. Do we have any side-by-side action so far? I don't think so. Unless we go a bit further down, as we see Dan Hutt trying to overtake Mark Fuller for P13.
And he
on the inside.
doesn't.
Or
not?
does he?
No, he doesn't. Yeah, he did, but that that slide on Fox just shows like, yeah, Dan, you are fast, but yeah, I can race pretty good myself.
Yeah, and Dan runs a bit wide now. Oh yeah. That's a mistake that cost him some time. And actually Garrett de Vries behind was pretty close, but he also must have made a mistake because he's now 2 seconds behind. Yeah, Fuller is actually maybe catching up to Tristan Potters now, so could be a big battle there still.
Oh, and we've got Kumar past Muscat for
yeah.
P5. Oh, but Muscat is in! He's still there, and he's taking the place.
This is a great battle,
Yes, I'm loving it. Pa 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 pa.
You know, you're actually seeing how much it cost Jason Muscat that he didn't have the great start that Wesley Stefano had, because Stefano now is easily in P2 and not under a lot of pressure from Sherwin van der Sloot, even though Sherwin is reasonably keeping it up with Wesley Stefano. But yeah, the question is, of course, if they can catch up to the leader. With the laps counting now, it's getting tougher and tougher, but I think slowly but surely they're catching up. It's not going very fast, but of course we still have quite a long way to go. We're just over the halfway point, so yeah, we'll see what's gonna happen. And Matthew Williams is on the back of Ryan Nash now. Of course, Matthew Williams is very quick, we know that.
He's very quick. Is of course Niranjan Kumar in the slipstream. Yes, in the car, the Racing Team Scotland car is so fast. And he passed Jason, but yeah, he's braking later. Does he have him? He has him. Yes. So now he made it stick. So now Niranjan is ahead of Jason.
Yeah. And Matthew Williams for P9 as well, past Ryan Nash on the straight. Same kind of move there for the first corner. There is a battle for P18. If there's nothing else going on, maybe we can watch that for a little bit, because Peter Jones is overtaking Roland Hutt and trying around the outside. Can he keep it together? Yes. Oh, they touch. Oh, and Roland goes off. I think Roland didn't see that coming. I think he thought that he was ahead, but maybe yeah, Peter Jones was just about still there, and unfortunately for Roland, he in the car. And we have Bas Weiss now coming onto the back of Roland, and Roland made another mistake, so he gets a good run. So this might be interesting. Maybe Bas Weiss can overtake someone. And oh, look at this for the front. Wesley Stefano is now within 1.1 seconds of the leader, so he nearly half the gap, which is, well, for Wesley Stefano, of course, very good. And we know Wesley is able to win races, so yeah. Muscat though. The battle is still going and isn't over yet.
Oh, and behind them, it's Samut Versal and Williams.
Oh, that's good. Oh, Versal.
He's going really, yes.
Oh, he pushes
he's understeering in it.
Yeah,
And
Williams takes them both.
yeah, Matthew Williams taking them over. And look at Ryan Nash. What is Ryan Nash doing then? Yes, he's got a good exit. But he can't go anywhere. Oh! This is going to be hard. But it's more or less ends without World War III.
What a battle, yeah.
What a battle.
And Williams will only be saying thank you there, and Roy Versal gets back on Nash as well.
That makes you think, like with Versal and of course Mr. Williams having a spin and they're a bit down, it will be very intense for the championship as well.
Yeah, I'm really not quite sure who's going to be leading after this, because
you
of
have
course,
no idea.
No. It's going to be very difficult to assume.
Oh, and
Might just
Schoten
be,
has a run on Van der Sloot for P3. Oh, and Wesley Stefano is nearly gonna run on Jones. Oh, everything is going to happen.
I think he's, because he's in the slipstream now. Maybe Jones is also starting to struggle with the tires now.
Yeah. And we've got Muscat and Kumar, of course, doing their thing, and we already knew that.
And Scroton, yeah, he got it past. He got it past Sherwin, so he's now in P3. And if Joshua Jones is able to keep Wesley behind for a long time enough, then yeah, Wesley was already looking on the inside there, to back straight. But yeah, Roy Scroton may be able to catch up. That's an interesting one to watch as well.
Yeah, you just have the feeling, if I see the cars, that Wesley's a little bit faster out of the corners, you can see it.
Yeah, oh, there he comes. Is he already gonna try to do it here? He might just be too early if he tries it here, actually. So if he's smart, yeah, he's braking a little bit earlier. You can see what he's trying to do. And now he gets a good run.
Not the best exit, not the best. It looks like they were going more or less the same, and yeah.
Yeah, of course he still has the
P5 and
slipstream.
6 are battling as well. Jones can
Wesley, look,
if he
he's
defends
coming.
good.
He has to go to the outside. Jones is not gonna make it easy for him. And he, big slide for Wesley Stefano. And Jones keeps it for this lap, at least for this corner. Let's put it like that.
Kumar
There's only a few to go.
ahead. Kumar is still ahead of Muscat. Muscat is giving it all. But yeah, Kumar looks like he still has it.
Yeah, this battle has been going on for a very long time. Oh, I just see position change for P14 as well. Which is Garrett de Vries past Dan Hut. So Dan unfortunately couldn't do anything with his reverse grid pole.
I think it's Kumar is getting hot. But it's going okay.
Oh, good run. Oh, look at how defensive Jones is going everywhere. Now a new chance for Stefano. Yeah, this must be it. Oh,
yeah, this must be it. He now's going inside.
Yeah. He's already there, and I think he's already gonna get past before the corner.
He's looking inside the car of Wesley Stefano onto Joshua Jones. Can he break later, Joshua? Or yeah, Wesley will have it, you would say, right? Well, he's braking later, but
I think he's trying.
He's trying.
Keep
there, still there. No, and Wesley overtakes him, makes a mistake. Jones
goes to the end. Oh, Wesley goes wide.
Oh, Wesley goes wide, and now
who's behind now? Roy Scroton.
Roy Scroton has the run. Oh, plot change. It's like reading a book. It's a plot change, and Roy Scroton can't believe his eyes. Now he's going to attack. Yeah, good back. Oh, Roy Scroton. You are brilliant. You're going from P3 to P1, and now you've got it in your own hands. Roy Scroton, of course. Yeah, he was out of the podium in race 1, but now he shows his skill.
Joshua Jones might be able to lose. Oh, a bit of touch again.
And there is Sherwin.
Oh.
Sherwin is now looking.
Yeah, Sherwin is now back in it as well.
Sherwin, hello. Just try your thing, do your thing. And Wesley and Sherwin are battling so hard. Okay.
Yeah, so
This
Sherwin,
race is
I
like
think he shouldn't have tried there. Oh, big luck up for Joshua Jones. He might be able to lose 2 positions here now.
And this gives
cost him the podium.
the win
yeah.
to Roy Scotten. Look at Roy Scotten go now. And
Already
Joshua is
2
now
seconds already.
trying everything to keep Wesley behind. Oh, look at Sherwin. Oh,
No, Sherwin can't do it.
Yeah, but
he's gonna try on Wesley Stefano though.
yes, he's there.
Wesley's still there.
Room.
Oh.
And there is
and
Kumar,
Niranjan.
and Kumar's getting blocked. blocked. And now Muscat is there. Oh, it's like driving go-karts. It's so cool.
This is all taking off now, yeah. And only because Joshua Jones is not giving up that podium at all. And he's doing an amazing job. I don't think he's doing anything against the rules, so this is great battling for everyone. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this.
Joshua makes a little bit of a mistake, but it's so cool.
Together, I think after this, it could be the final lap after this. So yeah, this is insane stuff here. Amazing.
I think
this is gonna go to the end.
I think Hoekstra currently puts up his best Ricciardo imitation with a smile, because he's walking away with the victory. And there is Muscat. Muscat is attacking that Indian. He will call him that Indian because battled with him. So now he's got it. Can Muscat do more?
Because he wants the slipstream, but everyone's having the slipstream from Jones to Kumar, and even Williams has quite some side. He only 2 seconds behind Kumar.
Gonna run. Oh, Wesley, Jason.
Different lines come together.
Oh, Sherwin pass from P2.
Oh,
and there is Muscat. Muscat is there. Oh, hey, Wesley. Jones gets pushed wide. But it's not done. Look at Kumar is still there. And Muscat is still there.
Go wrong, yeah.
Oh, this is the last laps. Now they're taking risks. You feel it. They're taking risks. It can go wrong, but it doesn't go wrong.
And Sherwin, I think he's checked out as well. He's just too far ahead now for anyone to catch up. And
Muscat! Stefano!
Jones almost into the back of them as well. And Williams get past Joshua Jones as well. Matthew Williams is almost on the back of this battle now. So if they mess up in the last corner, Matthew Williams is going to say thank you and is going to take all the positions. And Roy Scruton is already on the final straight, and he is going to take the win. After he get past Joshua Jones, of course, and saw Wesley make a mistake.
It's Sherwin van der Sloot for P2. Yes! Sherwin van der Sloot gets P2. Kumar P3. Double podium for him. With Wesley P4 and Jason P5. Matthew Williams strong coming back to P6. That shows good. Joshua Jones P7. And Joshua Jones was so good, but in the end, he got a bit forced right and out. Roy Verzeil in P8, Kevin Samuel in P9, Baranek in P10 with Ryan Nash in P11, Tristan Porters in P12 with Dan Hunt in P13, Gary de Vries, he's got points, P14, and Mark Fruel in P15, with the painful P16 again, like in race 1 and race 2 for Peter Jones, with Adam Osgood P17, Rudde in P18, Roland P19, Rigosta P20, and Bas Weiss in P21. So, what can we conclude from this first 2 rounds of the Megane Championship? We still didn't have any driver to retire from the championship. And yeah, what did we learn also? I think we learned that Matthew Williams is a championship candidate.
I think Matthew Williams is, I would say the man to beat, because of course he still, had, of course he had been, and he still finishes P6, and I think he had the pace overall, but the question of course is going to be, is he able to keep that up over every track?
But yeah, actually, I would say there are like 6 championship favorites because they were all so close. Yeah, after race 1, yeah, it looked a little bit strange even to see Roy Schouten not on the podium. But yeah, in race 2 he just made sure that there is no denying his talents. And well, yeah, how he did that from 3 to 1 in 1 lap, of course, with a bit of luck, that was of course very good. Yeah, well, Roy Versal impressed me in race 1. I had a bit of problems in race 2, but he's still around there and 2 times in the points. Well, Muscat didn't have the best of rounds, but yeah, battling wise he looks pretty decent. And yeah, same goes for Niranjan Kumar. I think he was very decent today as well. And well, Jason Muscat will not like Niranjan Kumar. Of course, he's got the biggest respect for him, but he couldn't not pass Niranjan Kumar, who was really good today. And yeah, I think we nearly named all the people who came in the championship. Yeah, Wesley Stefano was pretty strong today, with Joshua Jones actually very good today. For Sherwin was very good in race 2 and of course also in race 1. So yeah, a lot has happened, and it happened far more than I expected actually that would happen.
Yeah, especially in the second race, in the final laps, everything kicked off and everyone came together. It was amazing to watch. And yeah, if this is only the start of the season, and this is only the start of what we can expect from the rest of the races, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.
Yeah, well, me too.
But for now, we have some more interviews. We have 2 guys, Joshua Jones and Roy Scroton. Who do you want to start with, Menno?
Well, let's just start with Mr.
Roy Scroton, because he's impatient.
Yeah, he's impatient. Yeah, like yeah.
Let's put him in. I'll also put the other guy in. We have the 2 guys with us now, Roy Scroton and Joshua Jones. So yeah, let's start with the race winner eventually, after a lot of chaos in race 2. Roy Scroton, well done to your victory, and yeah, tell me, how was the second race?
Thank you. Well, especially with Meganes, it's always a bit of a crazy ride, but this time it was just so weird. It's a lot of contact, a lot of dive bombs, and well, I guess that's just racing in these cars, but usually it wasn't this bad. I made some contact in the early part of the race with Dan Hutt, which I'm very ashamed about because he was doing very well. Yeah, I don't think I could have done anything about it, but still it sucks to hit another driver. And after that I had a steady race, better than race 1 because I didn't have my tires dropping this time, so that was great. I made a little adjustment to the setup which worked out perfectly. And then Sherwin let me go pretty easily. That was nice from him to not have a very hard battle in which we would have been going off both, so that was good. And then I was very lucky that Wesley caught the back of Joshua there and they started battling, and I could pass them both, which really surprised me. And then I was driving first, and then with the people behind me battling still, I managed to get some gap and I just cruised to the end. But I'm really surprised with that race 2 victory, especially if you see how race 1 went.
Yes, well done, because I was going to ask indeed, the next question was going to be in race 1. You didn't seem to have the pace, especially at the end of the stints, but I guess that's caused by the tires then?
I don't know, usually, because now this time I usually pit pretty early in race 1 to make a jump on the guys who stay out longer, because the tires will be fresher. But this time this didn't work at all, and I even lost some time with it, so I don't really know what happened there. Maybe my pit stop was a little bit longer, but I don't know, the first few laps were okay, but then the car started to feel pretty bad. I had some damage as well, but I don't think that I could have done it, but I don't know what happened there, but the car just didn't really want to do what I wanted to do like it did in race 2.
Well, still, you did a good job in P4, and with the win, I think you had the best results of the evening. but I'm not sure if you're leading because I think Matthew Williams got P6 and P1, and I think he also got the fastest laps maybe and the pole position, which is also extra points, of course. So we'll have to see after the standings are updated. But
well, it was Jason having the pole, so he wouldn't have that. But Matthew is an amazing driver, so it wouldn't surprise me being first. It's gonna be a long season.
Yeah, well, good job at least, and we'll see before the next round who's going to be leading the championship into the second round. And at least, Roy, you're going to be up there, at least in the top 2, I'm sure of that. So good job to you, and have a great evening.
Yeah, thank you for the broadcast as well.
No problem. Let's move on to the next one then, because I see we have 2 more guys. So next one is
a familiar
one of
voice.
my drivers.
All right, a familiar voice.
Yeah, usually
Hello.
he's the one doing this. Hello, Joshua.
The other side.
Well done to your races. Of course, very eventful, especially the second one.
Yeah, very.
So talk us through it. So, like, what did you think of it? Did you think it was all clean, and did you enjoy it?
Did I enjoy it? Yes. Did I think it was all clean? No, but I'll get to that. So, the first race was relatively uneventful for me. I saw the incident at the start with Jason, a few other guys involved. Unfortunately, that took my brother off as well. He was in a very good position before that. He'd actually qualified ahead of me, so he showed some brilliant pace this weekend. But anyway, after that, I was up into 5th position, and I was in a very nice situation actually, where I was pulling away from Kevin Samut behind me, and the drivers ahead of me were pulling away into the distance. So I was kind of running in clean air for a bit, and that was rather nice, really. I mean, ideally I would have wanted to be catching the guys in front, but still. And after all of that, I made a couple of mistakes in the second stint. Unfortunately, had an incident with Sherwin when I slightly misjudged braking and went into the back of them, and that all cost me a lot, and I was put down to 9th eventually, but that's all my fault, I suppose. Race 2 went much better, as you saw. Led it for 12 laps, got past Dan Hurt at the start. I was actually really thrilled by how long I managed to stay ahead of the guys behind. Had a good battle with Wesley. He was really chopping at my rear a lot of the time, but I was just about able to hold him off for 12 laps, in fact, until he made an error, and Roy Schroten was then released onto my rear. And you know what Roy's like. If he gets a sniffer to win, he doesn't let go of it, and through he went, and off he went. Into the distance, that is. I went off as well, but in a very different way, because after that I was involved in a battle with Jason Muscat and Roy Vigil, in which Vigil not Roy Vigil, it was Wesley Stefano rather, in which Wesley decided that it was a good idea to go 3 wide into the tightest right-hand 90-degree corner on the track, and he expected to get away with it, and I don't. And it was late too. I don't know why he thought even Jason would see him there. I've just watched it back on the replay, in fact. To be honest, the way that I was shoved out because of that, I think it cost me the podium. I think I deserve 3rd place in that race, but it's racing. That happens. Big shame, but I think it was a promising weekend, so I can't wait to see what happens in Mazda Race for Laguna Seca.
Yeah, good stuff. And as a team boss, I can say I'm very happy to have you on the team, because that's some great results. And as you said, very promising. I mean, there's lots of race weekends to come, so still lots of time for you to do some good stuff and get that podium in the end. So unfortunately, it didn't happen today, but I'm sure you'll get another chance for it. And now I guess we have to move on, because even though another guy joined, we still have 3 interviews to go. Let's move on to the next few. I'll just drop them all in here to let them know that we're gonna talk to them. It's these 3 guys. So let's move on to the guy we haven't interviewed yet between the races, which is Sherwin van der Sloot. Hello. So yeah, you got P8 in the first race, and then with the reverse grid, you were able to get P2 in the end in the very eventful race 2. Talk us through your races.
Race 1 was just me started from P14, so I was hoping, to be able to make up some places, which I was able to do. Kept it clean, at least for the opening stage of the race. try to pick off places. Went as long as possible on my tires till they really was no tire left. So I pitted with 8 liters left in the tank. Rejoined, I believe, in P9, right behind Wesley Stefano, and just trying to put the pressure on. Had a good battle with him. Able to overtake him. Closed up to Joshua with about 2 laps to go. Managed to make the pass stick. I was quite happy with that. Fortunately, a couple of corners later, there was a tiny bit of contact, so it dropped back to P8, but still a very good result coming from 14. And race 2, starting third, very happy with that good start. Got straight up to second. Tried to put the pressure on Joshua again, and only this time it was me who made the mistake. I ran wide in the long right-hander near the end of the track, penultimate corner, and got right in the clutches of Wesley again. He managed to get past me. I tried to stay as close as I could, hoping to pounce on any mistakes they made, but all the time Roy was catching me, because I knew he was one of the quickest around today. And at one point, I believe he got past, and was Wesley and Joshua were really going at it at that moment in the fight for the lead. And after that was just was just trying to get myself back on the podium, and it's unfortunate in a way that with 2 or 3 laps to go, there was we went 3 wide into turn 1, which was a very hairy moment. I had a bit of contact, I believe, with Joshua in the 2nd or 3rd corner, ran him slightly wide. I apologize for that. Don't know where he ended up, but I hope he didn't lose too much time because of that. And for me, it was just from there on, I was in 2nd at that moment, was just trying to hold on, because, of course, a podium to start off the season. How much better can it get?
Well, of course you can get the win, but
yeah, of course.
But still, I think a podium is a great way to start the season, and especially, I'm not sure. Did you race last season? I don't think so. At least not too much, right?
I did. I did a total of 3 rounds for Racing Team Schroden, Bahrain being one of them.
Shout out.
Yay!
Nice one. So you did have the experience on this track. Do you think it helped you, or?
I don't know. It definitely helped to have a rough idea of the braking points, but the setup is of course a bit different from last season. It took me a bit of adjusting, but generally I think it did help indeed, knowing where you can make the passes stick and where it's harder.
All right, great. Thank you. I'll move on to the next one, which is let's go to Danhut, of course, our reverse grid pole sitter, and unfortunately was not able to convert it into any good points. So tell us what happened, Dan.
So I had a bad start. I got used to the launch control of the GP cars, so starting with a clutch was a bit harder today. But then got stuck in P2, I believe. No, P3, because Sherwin and Joshua got through. So Wesley and Schroeter were behind. And then Wesley catched me, so he passed. And then Schroeter was behind me, and in turn 3 he collided with me. I was a bit sad and angry, of course, but that happens with touring car racing. So I ended up in P14 again, just like in the GP cars. So that was a bit serious, but then in the last lap, turn 3, I catched up with Mark Fuller and Garrett de Vries. Then in turn 3, I collided with them because Mark hit me in the back. So I hit Garrett, still sorry for that, Garrett. But then ended up in P13, so it was still nice.
Good to hear that at least you enjoyed your battle, even though you unfortunately got shuffled down the other. But that's it for you, I guess, because we already interviewed you after the first race, and then we move on to the other guy we already interviewed for the first race, which is Roy Verzaal.
Hello.
Hello.
User disconnected from your
Unfortunately,
channel.
you didn't get the result you possibly wanted, I guess. After the first race, you got a second place, and then you were probably hoping for more. Is that true?
Yes, you can say that, yes. Yeah, I was really happy after the first race, of course. The results were very good. Second race, yeah, I had a very good start. I won like 2-3 places in the first few corners, and then I made a mistake on myself. I just went for a pass on Jason Muscat, and then I didn't see the braking marker, and I ran in the side of Wesley Stefano, cost me a little body damage. First of all, sorry to Wesley for it. Then I had to let Royce Croton, Wesley, and Jason pass again. That was not a big deal. And starting the battle once again, I got a very big hit from behind. I don't know who it was, but my rear suspension was completely rubbish after it. I lost a lot of top speed. Rear stability wasn't that good anymore, and yeah, well, in the end that was my race. So I finished in P8. I had a little battle with Kevin Sam, who didn't went that well as well. So yeah, but after all, yeah, I enjoyed it today. It was really fun.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And
Great battles on the track. I had a lot of positive people about the battles. A lot of people enjoyed it. We have a great calendar. Next track is Laguna Seca, which is impressive as well. And yeah, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And of course, unfortunate that you had such big damage. And yeah, of course, it's never worth pitting with the current pit time. So
no.
So yeah, that was very unfortunate for you. But I think you limited the damage pretty well.
Yes.
So yeah, and as you said, there's a lot of rounds to come, and I think from what we saw today, I think this is also the last interview. So let's wrap it up. I think we are back next week, Wednesday. Then.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, but we also have the WCS GP, of course,
yes.
Which is going to be at, let me quickly look, it's going to be at Brazil, Interlagos, which is going to be on the 24th of January, which is next week, Wednesday. And then, of course, in 2 weeks' time, as Roy said, it's going to be Laguna Seca for the Megane guys. And I'm very interested to see that because I haven't raced this track yet, and it's not the most common track you ever drive, especially not with Megane cars. So that's going to be very interesting. But I'm sure we'll have lots of good battles there again, especially after what we saw today. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, guys, and I hope you did too on track as well. And everyone watching, thank you for watching. I'm not sure if Menno's still here.
What? Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh yeah, he's still alive. Okay, so Menno, is there anything you would like to say at the end?
Well, of course, it was hard driving. Sometimes somebody got pushed a bit wide. Of course, the track was a bit for that as well. But overall, we saw good touring car racing. Of course, you're giving a bit of a nudge, and well, but it stayed friendly. And yeah, the competitiveness of the whole grid amazed me. Like normally, you had 3 or 4 guys who could win, but now it was so close. I mean, Joshua Jones was really good today, and Sherwin as well. I mean, of course we know those guys are good, but yeah, they were around there, and they were, yeah, it was not luck. No, they were there on skill, and actually, yeah, we cheered for Sherwin when he got P2 actually, and that was good to see. And yeah, but there's so many guys that can do so good. You see, Royce Scholten then not gets the podium in race 1, but just gets it in race 2, and yeah, Roy Vazel with another strategy that works, and Matthew Williams that wins race 1, but getting spun in race 2, but still recovers like a maniac, and then I forget what Niranjan did, and well, the bad luck from Jason actually. So it's so close at the front, but even in the lower position it's pretty cool. And I think every body who raced today could have been in the points. Of course, you've got people like Bas who are pretty new to it and are not the fastest yet, but it's so competitive that people only need more races and then they will all hit the points more or less. So it was really impressive for everybody who drove. So my hats off to the mod builders and everything, because it was close. It was like you were on the edge of your seat, and that's what I like about the Meganes.
Okay, I think that's some really good words about from Menno, and I guess that wraps it up. So we'll see you next Wednesday, I guess, with the WCS GP when Joshua Jones will be back.
When he's calmed down,
behind the camera.
Yeah, because he's now Joshua is now gone, so hopefully he's back next week. Yes. So you want to end it, Wopke? I started it. You can end it.
I already ended it, I think. So
we need to say goodbye then.
Yeah. Okay. Goodbye. Thanks for watching, everyone, and see you next Wednesday.
Yeah. See you next Wednesday, or in 2 weeks for the another Monday evening at Meganes, and hopefully it will be as good as the races of today. Hopefully we've got a TV feed so that we can better see where everybody is driving and the current lap times, so we're working on it. So we will see each other again soon. Bye bye.